Hello, my friend. Please sit down. Make yourself comfortable. It is good to see you. I want to tell you a story. It is a long story, but it is a simple story. It is a story about a quiet village. It is a story about a small boy, and it is a story about a very big hill. This story is for you. Whether you are 10 years old or 100 years old, this story is for you. Whether you speak English every day or you are just learning your first words, this story is for you. Listen with your heart. You will understand. Chapter 1: The Boy and the Hill. In a quiet valley, there was a small village. The village was very beautiful. Green fields, happy sheep, small houses with red roofs. But behind the village, there was a hill. It was not a small hill. It was a very, very big hill. The people called it the Quiet Giant. The top of the hill was always in the clouds. No one in the village went up the hill. Why would we go? They said. Our life is good here in the valley. We have everything we need. The hill was big and scary. The path was steep and rocky. People said the wind howled like a wolf at the top. So everyone stayed in the valley. They lived their quiet lives. They looked at the hill. They felt small. They turned their backs to it. In this village lived a boy. His name was Leo. Leo was small for his age. He was very quiet. He liked to watch things. He watched the ants build their homes. He watched the clouds change shape. He watched the old people in the village. He saw something in their eyes. When they looked at the hill, he saw a small light, a light of wonder, a light of what if. Then the light would go away. They would shake their heads. They would go back to their work. Leo felt that light in his own heart. He looked at the hill every morning. What is at the top? He wondered. Can I see the whole world? Can I touch a cloud? One day he decided. He decided to climb the hill. He did not tell anyone. He knew they would laugh or tell him to stop. So, very early one morning, he left. He wore his strong shoes. He took a small bag. In the bag, some bread, some cheese, a bottle of water, and he started to walk. Chapter 2: The First Steps. The start of the path was easy. The sun was warm. Birds were singing. Leo felt strong. He felt happy. I am doing it, he thought. I am climbing the hill. He walked for 1 hour. He turned around. He could still see his village. The houses looked like little toys. He smiled. Then, the path changed. It became steeper. The rocks were loose. Leo slipped. He fell on his hands. His hands were scratched. They hurt. He sat on a rock. He looked at his hands. He looked back at the village. It looked safe. It looked easy. A voice in his head spoke. It was a quiet voice. It said, "This is too hard. Your hands hurt. Go back home. Eat breakfast. Be comfortable." Leo almost listened. He almost stood up to go back. But then he looked up. He looked at the path ahead. He saw a single, beautiful flower. It grew right out of the rock. It was bright blue. It was strong. It lived in a hard place. But it was alive. It was beautiful. Leo took a deep breath. He stood up. He said to himself, "One more step. I will just take one more step." He did not think about the top. He did not think about the village below. He only thought about his next step. He placed his foot carefully, then the next foot. Step by step by step. This is the first lesson, the lesson of the first step. When you want to do something big, do not look at the top. It is too far. It is too scary. Just look at your feet. Just take one step. Then take one more. Life is made of small steps, not big jumps. Chapter 3: The Old Man on the Path. Leo walked for another hour. He was very tired. His legs felt heavy, like they were made of wood. He thought about his water. He wanted to drink it all. But a wiser thought came. Drink a little, he told himself. Save some for later. He drank a small amount. The water was cool and good. He sat down on a big, flat stone. Then he heard a sound. A tap, tap, tap. like a small hammer. He looked up. There, on a higher part of the path, was an old man. The man had a white beard. He was carving a piece of wood. He carved slowly. Tap, tap, tap. The man saw Leo. He smiled. "Hello, young climber," the man said. His voice was kind. "Hello," said Leo. "Are you climbing the hill too?" The old man laughed softly. "I'm not climbing the whole hill," he said. "I come here every day, just to this spot. I sit, I carve, I look at the view." "Every day?" Leo asked. "Yes," said the man, "for many, many years." Leo was surprised. "Why, don't you want to reach the top?" The old man put down his wood. He looked at Leo with gentle eyes. "I have my own top," he said. "My top is not the summit. My top is this moment, this piece of wood becoming something." He pointed at Leo's bag. "Do you eat all your bread at once?" Leo shook his head. "No, I eat a little at a time." "Exactly," said the old man. "Life is like that bread. Time is like that bread. You cannot eat it all at once. You must take a little piece every day. My climb is this: 1 hour of carving, every morning. Rain or sun, I come here. I do my work. It is my discipline." Leo thought about this. Discipline. It was a big word, but the man made it simple. Discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is coming back, again and again, to your small piece of work, to your small step. "Do you ever miss a day?" Leo asked. "Yes," the old man said. "Sometimes I am sick. Sometimes I feel lazy. But the next day, I come back. I do not scold myself. I just come back." He picked up his carving. "Your climb is your discipline, Leo. 1 step is your discipline. 1 step every hour. 1 step every day. That is how you climb a mountain. That is how you learn a language. That is how you build a life." The old man went back to his tapping. Leo stood up. His legs felt lighter. He understood. He did not have to climb the hill today. He just had to walk a little more today. He said thank you. He walked on, step by step by step. This is the second lesson, the lesson of small daily bread. Do a little every day, even when you do not see change. Come back tomorrow. Do it again. This is discipline. This is how things grow. Chapter 4: The Storm and the Cave. The sky began to change. Dark clouds gathered. The wind started to blow. It was no longer a gentle breeze. It pushed against Leo. It wanted him to stop. Leo felt afraid. He walked faster. He wanted to find shelter. Big drops of rain began to fall, cold and heavy. Soon, Leo was wet and cold. He shivered. He could not see the path clearly. The world was gray and loud. He stumbled. He fell again. This time, his knee bled. He sat on the ground. The rain washed over him. He wanted to cry. He felt so small, so stupid. "Why did I leave home?" he thought. "This is a terrible idea. I am not strong enough." He felt the shame, the embarrassment. He imagined his village, people saying, "We told you so." Just then, a flash of lightning lit the sky. For 1 second, he saw it, a dark opening in the rock wall, a cave. He crawled toward it. He went inside. It was dry. It was quiet. The sound of the storm was outside, but he was safe inside. He sat in the dark. He hugged his knees. He listened to the storm. It was powerful, but he was safe. He waited. He had no choice. He had to wait. He ate a little bread. He drank a little water. He thought about the old man. He thought about discipline. He could not take a step right now, so his discipline was to wait, to be patient, to not give up, to let the storm pass. After a long time, the rain softened. The wind became a whisper. Leo looked out of the cave. The world was fresh and clean. The air smelled like wet earth. The sun broke through the clouds. It made the wet rocks shine like gold. Leo stepped out. His body was sore, but his heart was calm. The storm did not beat him. It just made him stop for a while. It made him rest. He looked at the path. It was still there, waiting for him. This is the third lesson, the lesson of the storm. There will be storms in your life. You will get wet. You will fall. You will feel afraid. This is normal. Do not fight the storm. Find your cave. Rest. Wait. Be patient. The storm will pass. Then you can step out again. The path will be there. Chapter 5. The Voice of Doubt. Leo walked again. The sun was warm. It dried his clothes, but something new walked with him. A feeling, a dark feeling. It was the voice of doubt. The voice spoke in his mind. It sounded like his own voice, but it was not kind. It said, "You are slow. Look how far you still have to go. You are alone. No one cares about your climb. You will fail. Everyone will laugh at you." The voice was very strong. Leo's steps became slower. He believed the voice. He felt heavy again. He saw a rock ahead. It looked like a chair. He decided to sit. He was so tired of the voice. He just wanted it to stop. He looked at his bag. He had only one piece of bread left. He looked at his water. It was half gone. The voice said, "See, you did not plan well. You are not smart enough for this." Leo closed his eyes. He felt very sad. Then he remembered his mother. His mother was not in the village. She had passed away when he was small, but he remembered her smile. He remembered her song she used to sing when she was worried. The song was simple. It had no big words, just a gentle tune. Leo began to hum the tune, very softly. At first it was just a breath. Then it became a sound. He hummed the song. He did not sing words. He just hummed. The voice of doubt was still talking, but Leo hummed louder. He focused on the song, the memory of his mother's love, the good feeling. He hummed and looked at the sky. He saw a bird. It was flying high. It was not fighting the wind. It was riding the wind. It used the wind to go higher. Leo thought, "My doubt is like the wind. It is strong. Can I ride it? Can I use it?" He stopped humming. He spoke to the voice. He said out loud, "Hello, doubt. You are right. I am slow. I am far from the top. I might fail." The voice was surprised. It got quiet. Leo continued, "Thank you for warning me, but I will take another step anyway, because I want to see what is up there. I choose to try." He stood up. The voice was still there, but it was quieter. It was just a whisper now. Leo walked on. He did not fight the doubt. He acknowledged it. He thanked it. Then he chose his action, step by step by step. This is the fourth lesson, the lesson of the kind voice. You will hear doubt. Everyone hears it. Do not fight it loudly. Do not get angry. Say, "I hear you." Then choose your action. Do the thing you fear. One small step. Your action is stronger than your doubt. Chapter 6. The Lost Path. The path was clear for a long time. Then Leo reached a place with many rocks. Big rocks had fallen. They covered the path. He could not see where to go. He was lost. He looked left. He looked right. No path. He felt panic. He had come so far. Now he was stuck. He wanted to scream, but he remembered the storm. He remembered to wait, to be patient. He sat down. He drank a little water. He thought, the path was here before. It must continue somewhere. He looked very carefully. He saw a small space between two big rocks. It was not a real path. It was just a gap. It looked dark and narrow, but it was the only way. He had to try. He put his bag in front of him. He crawled into the gap. The rocks were close. They touched his shoulders. It was dark and cold. He could not go back easily. He had to go forward. He crawled for a long time. His heart beat fast. Then he saw light. He crawled faster. He came out of the gap. He was on the other side of the rocks, and there was the path again. It was beautiful and clear. He did it. He found the way, but he did not find it by rushing. He found it by staying calm. He found it by looking carefully. He found it by being brave enough to try the small, dark gap. This is the fifth lesson, the lesson of the lost path. You will lose your way. In life, in your work, in your learning, you will feel stuck. Do not panic. Sit down, breathe, look carefully, try a small, new way. It might feel dark and tight, but it might lead you back to your path. Being stuck is not the end. It is part of the journey. Chapter 7. The View from the Middle. Leo walked more. He felt different. He was not the same boy who left the village. His legs were stronger. His mind was calmer. He came to a wide, flat place. He could see for miles. He was not at the top, but he was high, very high. He looked down. He could not see his village. It was hidden behind other hills. He looked up. He could not see the top. It was still hidden in clouds. But here, in the middle, the view was amazing. He saw other valleys. He saw rivers like silver threads. He saw forests like green carpets. He saw birds flying below him. He was above the birds. He sat down. He ate his last piece of bread. He drank the last of his water. He was not at the start. He was not at the end. He was in the middle, and the middle was beautiful. He realized something. He had been only thinking about the top, but the climb itself was a gift. The strong legs, the calm mind, the lessons from the old man, the patience from the storm, the courage to face doubt, the cleverness to find a lost path. These were all gifts. They were inside him now. No one could take them away. He did not need to reach the top to have them. He already had them. This moment was a success. This is the 6th lesson, the lesson of the middle. Do not wait for the end to be happy. Do not wait to speak perfect English to feel proud. Look at where you are now. See how far you have come. The middle is not a place to rush through. The middle is where you grow. Celebrate the middle. Enjoy the view from where you stand today. Chapter 8. The Last Climb and the Cloud. Leo stood up. He knew he had to keep going. He had no more food. He had no more water. But he had a strong spirit. The last part was the hardest. The air was thin. It was hard to breathe. His body ached. Every step was a fight. He focused on his feet. Left, might, left, might. He did not look up. He counted his steps. 1, 2, 3. After 100 steps, he rested. He breathed deeply. Then he counted again. 1, 2, 3. He entered the cloud. The world became white and soft. He could not see far. Just the next rock. Just the next step. It was quiet. Very, very quiet. Only the sound of his breath. And his heart. He felt alone. But he felt peaceful. He was inside the mystery. The cloud was not scary now. It was like a blanket. It held him. He walked in the white world for a long time. Then, the ground began to flatten. The cloud started to thin. He saw light. He took one more step. And then, he was there. Chapter 9. The Top. The cloud lifted. Leo stood on a flat, wide rock. This was the top. He looked around. He could see forever. The whole world was below him. The sky was blue and huge. The sun was golden. The wind was there, but it did not howl like a wolf. It sang a soft song. He saw mountains far away. He saw the sky meet the earth. He felt very small, but he did not feel weak. He felt connected. He was part of this big, beautiful world. He did not shout for joy. He did not dance. He just sat down. He felt a deep peace. He had done it, not just climbing the hill. He had listened to the wise man. He had waited through the storm. He had talked to his doubt. He had found a lost path. He had enjoyed the middle. He had taken the last hard steps. He was not just on top of a hill. He was on top of his fear, on top of his laziness, on top of his doubt. He sat for a long time. He watched the sun begin to go down. The sky turned orange and pink. It was time to go back. Chapter 10. The Return. Going down was different. It was easier on his breath, but harder on his knees. He had to be careful not to fall. He knew the path now. He saw the cave where he sheltered. He saw the flat rock where he sat with doubt. He saw the gap between the rocks. He saw the place where the old man carved. The old man was gone now. It was evening. Finally, he saw the lights of his village, small, yellow, warm lights. He felt a warmth in his heart. He was coming home, but he was not the same. He walked into the village. People were finishing their day. They saw him. He was dirty. His clothes were torn. He looked tired, but he stood straight. He had a calm smile. An old woman stopped him. Leo, where have you been? I climbed the hill, Leo said quietly. The quiet giant. The woman's eyes opened wide. Others heard. They gathered. You reached the top? A man asked. Yes, said Leo. What did you find? A child asked. Leo thought. He did not talk about the view. He did not talk about the cloud. He said, I found that I can take one more step. I found that storms end. I found that being lost is okay. I found that the middle is beautiful. The people were quiet. They looked at this small boy. He seemed older. He seemed calmer. He seemed strong in a quiet way. They did not clap. They did not cheer. They just nodded. The light in their eyes, the what if light, burned a little brighter. Leo went to his house. He ate. He washed. He went to bed. His body was tired, but his heart was full. He slept a deep, peaceful sleep. Epilogue. The next morning, Leo woke up early. The sun was rising. He felt his sore muscles. He smiled. He went outside. He looked at the hill, the quiet giant. It was still big, but it did not look scary. It looked like a friend who taught him lessons. He saw a boy from the village. The boy was looking at the hill. The boy had the what if light in his eyes. Leo walked to him. Good morning, Leo said. The hill is beautiful today, said the boy. Yes, said Leo. It is. Were you really at the top? The boy asked. Yes, said Leo. Was it very hard? It was hard, Leo said. But hard is not bad. Hard is just hard. The hill gives gifts, but you have to climb to get them. The boy looked at his own feet. I want to try, he whispered. Can you teach me? Leo smiled. I cannot climb it for you, he said. But I can tell you this. Start tomorrow. Take a small bag. Wear strong shoes. And when you start, just look at your feet. Take one step, then one more. That is all you need to know. The boy nodded. He looked at the hill again. He did not look so afraid. Leo knew the boy would climb. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but one day, because one person's climb can light a path for another. This is the final lesson, the lesson of return. You climb your hill, you learn your lessons, then you come back, you live your normal life. But you are different, you are stronger, you are calmer, and you help others. You show them it is possible. Your story becomes a light for the next person, a light for someone who feels stuck, for someone learning a new language, for someone trying to be better. You become proof that one step at a time works. My dear friend, this is the end of the story. But it is the start of your climb. You have your own quiet giant. Maybe it is learning English. Maybe it is a new job. Maybe it is being healthier. Maybe it is finding happiness. It is your hill. It is big, I know, but you are strong. I know that too. Remember Leo's lessons. Take one step, just one small step today. Do a little every day. That is discipline. When storms come, find your cave. Rest, be patient. When doubt speaks, thank it. Then take your step anyway. If you lose your path, stay calm. Look for a small way forward. Enjoy the middle. Celebrate how far you have come. The journey itself is the gift. And when you reach a top, big or small, help someone else. Your light matters. You matter. Your steps matter. You can do this. I believe in you. If this story helped you, if it made you feel calm and strong, please let us know. You can like this video. It helps others find this gentle light. If you want more stories like this, please subscribe to the channel. It is like a small step you can take today. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, please share it with them. Maybe they are climbing a hill right now. Maybe they need to know they are not alone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Keep climbing, my friend, one step at a time. I will see you on the path.